Hello, everyone, and thank you guys for selecting my presentation discussing the NFL and NBA draft regulations. Just to take a look at one of the youngest NBA players to play. This is Andrew Bynum. He played his first professional game just 6 days after his 18th birthday. And then while looking at the youngest NFL player, in the first round of the 2007 NFL draft, the Houston Texans drafted 19-year-old Amobi Okoye. This is just an overview and some stats of the average NFL rookie contract. According to the NFL Players Association, the average career length is about 3.3 years, with the average base salaries of $465,000 for year one, $540,000 for year two, $615,000 for year three, and then $690,000 for year four. These are the rules as they are right now in both of the leagues. In the NBA, they can draft a player after completing 1 year at the collegiate level, and in the NFL, they can draft a player after completing just 3 years at the collegiate level. And this is what I believe that the rules should be. I think that the NBA and NFL should be required to wait until the athlete is 4 years removed from high school before being draft eligible. Maturity is a huge factor that goes into drafting a player at the age 19 in the NBA. Um, some college and basketball players have lingering issues off the field and court. Um, these can be drugs, them not passing their drug tests, crimes, um, domestic violence, anything that falls under, that umbrella of issues that they could have. These are some of the issues that NBA and NFL, I don't want to say commissioners, but executives have that go into drafting these players. They know of these issues, and these are the players that they give millions of dollars to. So I really do believe that taking these 4 extra years to grow and mature a player would make the change into the professional level easier for both the player and the teams that they're going to be representing. Some risk that goes into drafting a player this young can be busts, suspensions, and salary. And breaking down these 3 points, busts are players in it can be any sport, but if they're highly sought after by coaches, recruits, etc., and they play extremely well at the collegiate level, and then they come to the NFL or NBA or whatever league, and are not even they're not even half of the player that they were in college, and have little to no impact at the professional level. Those athletes get called busts, and these players are usually taken high in the draft in the first round and make multi-million-dollar contracts, and they don't ever live up to these contracts, and that goes into the salary. And teams don't have cap space to be, putting millions of dollars into a rookie, one and done player that had 1 year of experience, and they're putting millions of dollars into them to take their team to where they think that they should be. And suspensions, that could just be them having more issues in the NBA or NFL, which leads to that player not even being able to compete in competition. Broke. Within 5 years of retirement, 60% of NBA players are broke. And after only 2 years of retirement, 78% of NFL players were either broke or struggling financially. Now, I'm a huge 30 for 30 ESPN guy, and this is actually what sparked my my thought for this project. I watched a 30 for 30 about players going broke, and I'm thinking to myself, how can they spend all these millions of dollars, but having a 19-year-old and giving them millions and millions of dollars, they're not financially mature enough to understand how much money they have and how to be smart with it. And this just further goes into my point of why I think that players should have to be older before getting drafted. These are just some issues that some NBA and NFL players have at the next level, but this is more towards NBA players. Just the physical demands of playing at the next level, extended seasons, and at the collegiate level for basketball, their season is around 32 games or something like that, and the NBA they play 80 something games. So it's a huge jump for them, and that's one of those things that it's like a rookie slump that they get into just from the pure just exhaustion of them having to play more and more and more and more games every night. And another issue that they have at the next level is financial awareness. As stated before, giving kids these $1 million contracts and everything, they can splurge and be, just use the money very poorly. And for the last issue is traveling from Philadelphia to Los Angeles and then to Dallas in a matter of 2 days can be a lot for an NBA player. So these are just the options that high schoolers have when coming out of high school as far as college and etc. Athletes do not have to go to college in order to get drafted, but it's the best option to hone their athletic skills. Foreign professional basketball teams will take kids right out of high school and place them. This is a place for them to gain experience and money before they declare for the draft. While with football players, options out of high school are limited to college or just sitting out for 3 years. I think that this these leagues that are overseas and everything are great for players to come out of high school and be in their system for a few years and then get drafted. Just overall, I just think that having more time to really understand what it takes to make it at the next level can help both sides, the NBA, NFL, and their athletes, for them to have just better overall experiences in their leagues. And that'll do it for my presentation. And I really hope that you guys can see some of the points that I made about why just having more time for these athletes to really understand themselves and the games can help both the leagues and them. Thank you guys for your time, and I appreciate it.